With Aaron Ramsdale extremely likely to leave Arsenal this summer, means Arsenal are looking for a new goalkeeper to take his place. The latest rumor has been Feyenoord goalkeeper Justin Bijlow, but there is a huge risk signing the Dutch goalkeeper. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel to never miss an upload, and let me know what you think about Justin Bijlow after watching this video. So Arsenal are looking for a new goalkeeper this summer, as Aaron Ramsdale is very likely to leave the club after making just a couple of appearances this season and having been demoted to the backup goalkeeper. Justin Bijlow is the latest goalkeeper to be linked with the move to North London and is the first proper goalkeeper linked this summer as well. The goalkeeper is reportedly available for a fee of around £15 million. Justin Bijlow is a 26-year-old Dutch goalkeeper who is currently playing for Feyenoord in the Eredivisie. He has also spent his whole youth career with Feyenoord. Bijlow has been the first choice goalkeeper for Feyenoord since 2018 when he was just 20 years old, which is very impressive for a goalkeeper. Despite being the main goalkeeper for Feyenoord, he has just played 143 games for them, which averages around 23 games per season for the last 6 years. And looking at it, it's very concerning, but why does Justin Bijlow just average around 23 games a season? Well, I'll come back to that later in the video, but before that I'm going to talk about his 2023-2024 season and what kind of goalkeeper he is. This season, Justin Bijlow has played 24 games with the goalkeeper keeping 9 clean sheets and conceding a total of 23 goals. 4 of those games were in the Champions League, where Feyenoord finished last in their group consisting of Atletico Madrid, Lazio and Celtic. He played the first 2 games of the Dutch Cup, where Feyenoord went on to win the whole thing, and in the league they finished in an impressive second place, just 7 points behind the crazy league winners PSV, who absolutely dominated the league that season, and 15 points above third place Twente. This is not going to be a long segment, but I have compared David Raya's stats with Arsenal this season to Justin Bijelow's stats. We got to remember that Bijlow play in a lesser competitive league, hence why some stats may be in his favor. Ideally, I want a backup goalkeeper to be a keeper who can challenge the first choice goalkeeper in terms of fitting the playing style and having similar qualities. From what the stats shows me is that Bijlow and Raya has very similar stats in a lot of different areas. The stats are of course based on averages per 90. The stats between the two are extremely similar when it comes to save percentage, crosses stopped, and the pass length and the way they take the goal kicks as well. Bijlow has a better pass percentage than Raya with 87.4%, while Raya averages 74.9%. The short and medium passes are very similar, but where the difference is with the long passes, where Bijlow has better numbers. In my opinion, the stat shows that Bijlow is very capable to play for Arsenal and the way Mikel Arteta wants his goalkeeper to play. And despite being just 26-year-old, Justin Bijlow has won a fair amount of trophies in his career so far. The Dutch goalkeeper, who has featured in 8 international games with the Dutch national team, has won a total of 6 trophies with Feyenoord. Bijlow has won the Dutch Super Cup twice. He has won the Dutch Cup twice and has also won the Eredivisie 2 times with Feyenoord, with the latest league trophy coming in 2022-23 season under Arne Slot, who has of course went on to go to Liverpool. So how come the first choice goalkeeper of Feyenoord, who has won 6 trophies in 6 seasons at the age of just 26, be available for around £15 million or even less? Well, the main reason is his horrible injury record. As I mentioned earlier, he averages slightly above 20 games a season despite being the first choice goalkeeper for a club who plays minimum 45 games a season and often around 50. Since Justin Bijlow broke into the first team in 2018-19 season, he has suffered 18 separate injuries, or in some cases illnesses as well. So let's go through every injury he has had in his career and how many games he has missed to them. In 2018-19 he got a knee injury that saw him miss 14 games, and the same season he suffered a very serious foot injury as well that made him miss a total of 51 games for club and country, which also made him miss some of the season after. Following season he got an elbow injury that made him miss 18 games and also got a minor knock, where he was only out for just 2 games. The 2020-2021 season was a season filled with injuries for the Dutch goalkeeper, although only one of them was a serious one. A thigh problem, so he missed 3 games for Netherlands. Just a few weeks later he missed 3 games for Feyenoord with a knee injury. A toe injury saw Bijlow miss a total of 22 games, and in his last 4 months of the 2020-2021 season he suffered 3 small knee injuries that kept him out for a total of 6 games. The 2020-22 season started with the goalkeeper missing a single game due to being ill. A groin injury meant he missed another game, while another illness kept him out for 5 games. He then had to go through foot surgery, where he was out for a total of 71 days, where he missed 16 games in total. The 2022-2023 season was a positive one for Bijlow, where he only had 1 injury, although that was a wrist fracture where he missed 16 games and was unavailable for over 2 months. This season, Justin Bijlow played a total of 26 games of Feyenoord's 48 available games this season. So as you can tell, he also suffered with injury problems this season as well. The goalkeeper has suffered 2 injuries this season, which both saw him miss around 2 months of action. Bijlow's first injury this season was a wrist fracture, which saw him miss 53 days through injury. Close to 4 months later, he suffered a second injury of the season, and this time it was a calf injury. Calf injury kept Bijlow out for 68 days, so the injury issues he has had his whole career was once again an occurrence for the Dutch international. When we look at all of the different small and big injuries Justin Bijlow has suffered, we can't really see a pattern apart from that he has experienced all kinds of injuries. From my understanding, he often picks up knee injuries, although they normally keep him out of action for just 1 to 2 weeks at a time. But it's also an injury he hasn't suffered in the last 3 years. He has suffered a wrist fracture twice in the last 2 seasons. Whether that is a coincidence or not, I don't know. However, it doesn't look good that a goalkeeper keep on getting fractured wrists. Apart from those 2 injuries, there isn't a reoccurring injury, which is good, I guess. Although nothing is really good for a goalkeeper, where he has suffered 18 different injuries in 6 seasons as a professional goalkeeper. And if my calculations are correct, he has missed a total of 187 games to the 18 different injuries he has got, which is over 55% of the games he could have started and most likely would have started as well. And when we are looking at his injury record, it's easy to think if it's a risk to sign him, even though he is meant to be a backup goalkeeper. And in my opinion, it's a huge risk to sign a goalkeeper who has been as much injured as Bijlow has been throughout his whole career. The last thing you want with a backup goalkeeper is for them to be unavailable if needed. Despite the risk being big, I can't really think of many available goalkeepers who would be better as a backup goalkeeper than what Bijlow eventually would be or potentially could be. So let me know in the comments if you think Bijlow is the goalkeeper Arsenal should target, or if you should go for someone who may be more reliable in terms of being available more often. Some information that may or may not be relevant is that Justin Bijlow and Jurrien Timber are both under the same agency, which is called Forza Sports Group. It may be easier for Arsenal to do business with them considering they already have good contacts and a good relationship, considering how smoothly the Timber deal went back in the summer of 2023. However, it does not necessarily have to be anything positive or negative that they share agents. It's easy to think that Bijlow wouldn't move away from Feyenoord to be a number 2 goalkeeper, but my thoughts are that with his injury record, he won't become first choice goalkeeper at any big clubs from the start. He may have to work his way up, but I don't think any of the biggest clubs in the world who are in a top 5 league are able to take the chance on him with his injury record. So it may as well be Bijlow's only chance to join a top club, and if I were to guess, I think that is a risk Bijlow or any other goalkeeper would take if they were in that position. And in my opinion, the worst thing that can happen is that he will stay as the backup goalkeeper and eventually move back to Feyenoord in this case, or just go to another different club in a top 5 leagues. I can't really see a situation where a goalkeeper with his horrific injury record will be able to lose reputation in this case, although it may be a mistake by the buying club if he keeps on getting injured every time he is needed. But that is what I had for today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys later.